Hi, I'm Demi Garner with Everyday Wellness, and we're at everydaywellness.com. And I'm here to show you the wonders of making your own almond milk. Delicious beverage that you will fall in love with. So, almond milk is something that many people have seen in cartons, boxes, maybe some jars, and that's all processed. It's fine, but the way to do it, when you do it at home and you do it on your own, it's so much better, it tastes so much better, and it's probably a lot better for you as well. So it's real simple. All you need is a jar, some almonds, preferably organic almonds. If that's not possible, regular almonds work. You could sweeten it a little bit with some dates, or you could put a little vanilla extract in it, or you could just do it plain. So that's an optional. A strainer is a good tool, and then we have a measuring cup and a nut milk bag. This is used for making milk out of a variety of nuts. If you don't have a nut milk bag, you could just use a piece of muslin cloth and it works almost as well. So those are the tools that you'll need. Oh, the most important is a blender. And any blender will do. This happens to be a high-speed blender, but any blender will do. So now we're getting ready to get started. All right, so let me plug my blender in. Okay, so the first step in making almond milk is to soak the almonds, preferably overnight. So we'll start with a cup of almonds, and we'll put it into the jar, and then I'm going to go over to the sink and add some water. I happen to have really good water because I have a well, and so I just use water out of my tap. If you don't have really good water, it's a good idea to use filtered water. These are the almonds that I have put in with some nice quality water, and so we'll soak them for 12 hours. After 12 hours, we have the soaked almonds, and they're nice and puffed up and a little bit more full of the moisture from the water. So for the next step, we go over to the sink, and we will drain the almonds, give them a nice rinse. Okay, so it's a really good idea to rinse the almonds and change the water during the soaking process. It just helps the process of nice fresh water soaking into the almonds as they get ready to become milk. The next step is peeling the almonds after you've given them a really nice rinse. And most of the time what happens when you peel the almonds is they will just squeeze right out. So you can just take the almond and squeeze it. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Squeeze it between your fingers and it pops right out. Okay, so we've peeled the almonds and they're nice and luscious, full of nice moisture from the water. We're going to pour them into the blender. And then we're going to add 4 cups of water. Again, filtered water is the best to use. I'm using it out of my tap because I have really good water out of a well. So now I am going to add the water to the blender, and then we'll blend. There's not really a time, but we'll just watch it and decide when we're ready to quit. Okay, so that was about a minute blending. You just have to kind of look at it and see what you think. The next step is to put the nut milk bag inside you could use a bowl. I like to use a measuring cup because it's easy then to pour it into my jar. So you pour the milk into the nut milk bag, like I just did. So this recipe, 1 cup of almonds and 4 cups of water, makes a quart of almond milk. And then you'll have some nut meal left over, and I'll show you what to do with that in a moment. So we don't want to waste all that good nut meal. Okay, so we squeezed all the milk out. You want to get all of that liquid out of there. After squeezing all of the liquid out of the nut bag, you want to pour it into your jar that you're going to keep it in the refrigerator. Look at that luscious, delightful milk. This isn't like the milk you buy in the stores. It has a different flavor and a different feel when it goes down. So this is the beautiful jar of almond milk. So here's your finished product, your beautiful almond milk. It's so much more delicious than the almond milk you'll buy in the store, and it makes a quart. It's delicious. Let's have a drink. It just feels so good. So fresh, so healthy, and without the effects of dairy that some people have. When you're finished with the almond meal, you can just empty that out into a baking dish and then break it up a little bit, crumble it up into the dish. And then you can put it in your oven on a very low temperature, about 250, 225, 250. So you can just put it into the oven. Set it for 225, 250. And drink your almond milk while the nut meal's cooking. So what you're doing with the nut meal is you're drying it. You're not really baking it, so you're just drying it. You can also use a dehydrator if you have one. And then when it's, so you want to watch it so it doesn't burn. And then when it's finished, it looks like crumbled. And you're baking, you can use it, you can grind it even finer in a food processor and use it as flour, as a substitute, so you can bake gluten-free goodie. You can put it in your oatmeal in the morning. So there are a lot of uses. You can be creative. It's a great way to use some almond meal. Another really fun way to use it is as a scrub. Mix it in with some other products, whatever is in your recipes. A lot of times I'll ask for cornmeal or oatmeal. Use almond meal, and you can use it for a facial scrub. I'm Demi Garner with Everyday Wellness, everydaywellness.com. Enjoy your almond milk.